Spartans! Ready your breakfast and eat hearty. For tonight, we dine in the powerful Nerdcast. Hello, my friends. I'm Corey, and joined with me is Christian on this beautiful Memorial Day Monday.
Yes, usually we release on a Monday, but, we had things happen, and now we're recording on a Monday, and don't complain, because it's free.
There you go. America, right there.
America. Yeah, dude, glad we're here. A lot of things have happened. I didn't get to sit in on the latest manga chapter reviews, but they were good.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Let's talk about those for a little bit, because I know people want your opinion on those. Bleach, not so important, but let's talk about Naruto first, which was finally getting to see Naruto in action, fighting against Shin Uchiha and his weird little Migi Jubi creature and everything. We don't know what that thing is yet, but I like the mystery behind that. And the chapter ended with Sarada finally running into Sasuke for the very first time.
Yes.
And next chapter, Sasuke's probably just going to decapitate her, and that'll be the end of this
Yeah, he'll be like, and then he'll be like holding her head, and he'll be like, Naruto, I got one. And it'll be the most depressing
like,
job.
No, wait, no. That is really messed up, but it's clearly not going to go that way.
No, it's not going to go that way. I thought the chapter was really good. I enjoyed seeing Naruto use some of his powers. Mm-hmm. Confused about a few things. I don't think he had the Nine Tails in him anymore, but yet he retains the chakra mode.
We're kind of
we're getting a little yeah, we're out of the loop on that. I feel like I saw a comment. Someone says there's a reason for that they explained in the last movie.
Yeah.
So we don't know yet.
From what I understand, like, how there were like the two different forms of Kurama. They joined them back together, and now they're within Naruto, which allows him to draw an even more greater power.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Well, there we go.
We haven't seen the last yet. That is going to be coming out on hopefully DVD or Blu-ray this summer, but we're definitely going to check that out as soon as we get it.
Yes. And then One Piece, really cool. Luffy. I'm just going to transition to One Piece, but I thought the ending to Naruto was kind of sad because it was like his daughter was all excited about seeing Sasuke, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, he's like about to kill her. He's like, oh, another one of you fucking friends showed up. And I was very depressed, and it mostly had to do with that I saw the latest episode of Game of Thrones, and I was very depressed off that, and then another person killing their babies and shit. I was all sad and depressing. I didn't want to think about it.
This is clearly going to be like a plan by Sasuke to maybe test his daughter a little bit, because I refuse to believe that he doesn't realize that this is his daughter. And it's not like the world of Naruto doesn't have technology, like, they got cell phones. We've seen them in use.
Or at least radios.
Or there has to have been a way for Sasuke to have at least seen a picture or something from his daughter. There's no way he doesn't know who this is. Especially
what do you think, like Naruto took a selfie next to his baby daughter and sent it to him, texted him?
That would destroy the entire ninja dynamic of Naruto altogether. And that's the thing. That's like a fine line that the Kishimoto likes to walk through. Like, some technology works, some's not, but people still live like in old school ways.
Yeah, it's interesting. And also, but at the same time, Sasuke sent his message to Naruto about the Sharingan user through a hawk. Mm-hmm. So they go back and forth. Okay, One Piece. So we had Luffy is out of chakra, a.k.a. hockey, a.k.a. whatever you want.
Energy. He needs to eat.
Yeah. He has got to make his own spirit bomb for a little while, and then he'll be good to go. He's out of hockey, and everyone jumps in to help him because that's what Luffy's true powers are. It's not his fruit power. It's not that. It's that he makes friends with everyone he runs into, like most shonen heroes. And so now he has Sabo helping him, fighting, Jesus, even though you don't mess with the Jesus or something like that. And then we have the announcer, Gantz or whatever. Gats. Who's just a big fan of Lucy, and so he was all about it. And he has a whole bunch of fodder dudes that are getting killed by Doflamingo. It seems cool. I'm excited about it. It gets me pumped to see the next one. We also saw everyone pushing against the birdcage to try to stop it. Power of friendship is probably going to stop the birdcage. That's pretty standard stuff, though. Yeah. I'm not that blown away by
I don't know if we're going on like Planet Namek time at this point from this, because...
they keep like just drop 10 minutes has passed, 20 minutes has passed. You're like, wait, really? I only saw like 5 panels. So
so much has actually happened in that time too, like as the birdcage has been like, closing up slowly. All these crazy battles have been going on. Some of them aren't even finished. Jesus Burgess was hit like point blank by one of Sabo's moves, and he's still fighting back, which I think is really impressive. That was probably my favorite thing about One Piece chapter last week, is just that final page where you just see all the chaos of everybody like trying to stop the birdcage, Doflamingo killing people, Luffy trying to get his power back. Just we're finally reached that desperation moment where things are about to get really crazy.
Well, things have to happen now. There's no Doflamingo had some of his minions like push Luffy away from the castle. Pika like shoved Luffy away from the castle all of a sudden. None of that exists anymore. It's only time for fighting to solve the issues. So the best part of the arc is definitely happening now, unless all of a sudden we go to a Sabo flashback arc halfway through this arc.
I'm not even that opposed to a Sabo flashback.
Well, okay, that's the wrong character. I'm talking about someone that sucks getting a flashback.
I mean, it would have to be someone I think maybe a little more relevant to what's going on. And you know what? Let's prepare ourselves for this. We're probably going to get a big backstory on Doflamingo right before his defeat. We've already gotten glimpses of it and, some small previews of it, but we need a full-fledged A to B history of Doflamingo, really why he's the way he is, because he's just such an incredibly sadistic character that I do want to learn a little bit more about why he is this way, aside from the fact that maybe he just feels he's entitled because he comes from royalty.
He's supposed to come from royalty, but his dad, knowing that the celestial dragons were douchebags, opted out of being one, and now instead of letting him live a peaceful life, they threw him to the wolves, and Doflamingo regrets it since then. So yeah, he's a spoiled brat. We'll see how that goes.
But I mean, he doesn't want to let that go. He doesn't want to let his royal side go away. He's once you're in, that's it.
Do you think he's going to get defeated, but not actually get put in jail? Just sort of get exiled? Who was the guy, the lightning guy?
Enel or Inaru, depending on what translation.
The guy that had the huge gauges.
Yeah, the lightning guy who
the earlobe guy.
Honestly, I still think is one of the most powerful characters in the show. It's just he just got the worst luck. He just happened to run into the one opponent who was the perfect
He got rock paper scissored.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he got
hard.
Pokemon to death, which sucks because he was a really cool character and a great villain. But I kind of see what you mean by that.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So yeah,
I mean, how often does a major villain in One Piece ever just get completely destroyed and killed, blown away? We never see them again.
No, that doesn't really happen.
Yeah,
they kind of stick around.
Unless they're a main character or an old character like Whitebeard, they're not going anywhere.
Well, Whitebeard got killed, so that's a little different.
Yeah. I was looking through some images on DeviantArt the other day, and I like seeing what could possibly happen at the end of Dressrosa, and I saw this great image of what looked like Sabo being killed from behind by Fujitora with his hand through him and Luffy right under him, and it's underneath, what if this happened?
Yeah.
How would you react if Sabo dies in almost the same exact way as Ace, which I really don't think that's ever going to happen. We still have to be introduced to the revolutionaries.
Well, maybe they come around because Sabo gets killed. The other thing is, if they kill Sabo, it's okay, let's be honest. Ace was a wasted opportunity. They brought that guy up, and then they just killed him off. They didn't even explore him very much.
There was he appeared at the very beginning of the Alabasta arc.
Yeah.
He was implied that he was awesome. We saw that he was awesome. He disappeared for a little bit. He popped up for an occasional cameo. He fought against Blackbeard. He was locked up, and then he was killed. That's it.
He didn't do much. We did get the arc, but that was more also for
the backstory arc. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess you could argue, that we did get a lot of face time with him in terms of that. But I wanted to see more of Fire Fist Ace as an adult.
I wanted to see him coming up in the Whitebeard Pirates. I wanted to see this or that. They didn't show shit with Ace.
I'm not a really big advocate for filler in anime, but that would be a really great filler arc, would be to see the backstory of Ace working for Whitebeard and how he became one of his top pirates in that crew. I think that would be really awesome.
Yeah.
And it's something that they honestly, I think, would be good timing for it. If only for the whole Sabo getting the whole Marimara no Mi thing, and the fact that just the anime version is so freaking close to the manga version of One Piece right now, it's scary.
Yeah, it's right there. Mm-hmm. But we still got the backstory with Law coming up, and there's some other things. Mm-hmm. I'm just really excited because I saw the last episode of One Piece alongside you, and I really liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't the perfect episode. Anything that involves Luffy fighting the Nutcrackers, I'm just okay, whatever. The build up to the Usopp stuff was nice, and little by little we're getting to see more of the major battles come into play. But the anime version compared to the manga is it's a different beast altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I love it. So what else we got? We could talk about. I just love science. I'm a big science dork. Yeah. I don't know much about science, but I enjoy reading about it. And I saw some cool pictures of the sun's magnetic field with some of the new cameras and stuff. Mm-hmm. And here, I'll just show you this real quick. Look at that.
That's going on
right now
out where in the world, and people are complaining about their Wi-Fi connections.
Yes,
this is amazing shit going on.
That's been happening millions of years way beyond us, you know. Anyway, so I always read about science. I think it's so cool. And also, what was it? Remember that time we saw, so outside of, I'm not really an expert in this, so I may fuck this up, but outside of Mars, there's an asteroid belt that happens, you know, like that's the thing. They're always like, oh, could we even reach the other planets outside of Mars in our solar system because there's an asteroid belt? And I think I've shown you the animation. Like this asteroid belt isn't, everyone thinks everything because we have this stupid vision of our solar systems as planets with these strings around them, but things don't always go in circles. They go like in loop or like ovals, and like the way we rotate, and then the way this asteroid belt rotates, it's almost like a Triforce symbol, and we're always dodging these huge rocks like swinging around us. So we almost have this invisible force field barrier around us. And then beyond that, if you go outside to almost Pluto, our sun pushes out a magnetic field that's so large it stops outside space radiation from coming in and killing everything in our solar system. So we have two physical barriers that save our planet from outside things. One is the physical barrier of the asteroid belt, and then the second is a magnetic, invisible space radiation force field. And no one knows about that shit. I don't know. Why do I have to find about that on the internet and listening to stupid podcasts? You know, like, why didn't I know about that in school? They didn't teach me any of that cool shit.
Freaking Neil deGrasse Tyson over here,
I
man.
know. I fucking, I'm not as cool or black, so, you know, no one's going to listen to me. So, yeah, space. It's deep.
The final frontier.
There's a lot out there.
You know, it's the endless frontier. You know, we haven't even tapped into space yet.
It might all be a hologram, and we're in the Matrix too.
No,
so
I'd like to don't say that. I'd like to think, you know, hopefully we'll see something a little crazier within our lifetime.
Do you wish you were born like 500 years in the future, or like 500, or pick a time, past or future? Where would you wish you could be born?
Ooh, future, but only because like the past is messed up, man. The past is ruthless.
I mean, we're white though. We're cool. We make it back a few thousand years.
Yeah, but that don't mean shit depending on the era. Like, what if it was like the medieval era? Like, what would you be? Would you be a peasant or would you be a knight working for like your holy country?
Yeah, and if you're,
you know,
I don't know. You're just,
and it's only a matter of time before you get killed by an arrow, or you know, you're gonna die by the time you're 30 anyway.
If you're lucky.
You know why? You know, living in the future is just so much better. You know, we've evolved to a point too where, you know, we've lived better. We have better medicine. I mean, it's obvious.
Yes, it's obviously better. I guess you could look at the romanticism of it though. You know, I want to live in Paris in the 20s. Yeah. Or, you know, I want to. I always forget that movie, and I'm scared to say the title because sounds so similar to that Paris sex tape Paris Hilton sex tape, Midnight at Paris, or One Night in Paris, or something like that. But there's this other film by the name of, again, I don't remember the name, but it was is it Woody Allen? Yeah, Woody Allen.
Yeah, Woody Allen.
Yeah, he had a film.
Can you believe that guy had sex appeal?
He's actually a pervert if you go back and listen to
He's an extreme pervert. I think he married his daughter, or stepdaughter.
He makes good movies. Yeah. And he fucks his daughter. Okay, you know, so, there's an asterisk next to his name. Yeah. You know.
So what about this movie?
Anyway, it's about who's the guy from Wedding Crashers?
You?
Not. Shut the fuck up. The other guy. Shut the fuck
which
up.
Which one? You mean
the two guys? Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson plays.
Yeah, I like that guy. He's good. I like him.
Owen Wilson plays a famous producer that goes to Paris and him and his wife are going to get married in Paris, and he finds this cool old car, and he just all of a sudden is transported back to Paris in the 20s. And it's the most amazing film.
I have never heard of it. And this is an Owen Wilson movie?
No, it's a Woody Allen movie where Owen Wilson plays Woody Allen. Because Woody Allen's too old to be Woody Allen
I'm just trying to imagine Owen Wilson as Woody Allen, you know?
I got to look this movie up. Yeah. Anyway, excuse me, guys. I've got a little bit of allergies. That's kind of why I'm wearing sunglasses so you don't see me like melting over here. But I'll look it up in a second. I'm the only one with a laptop today because Corey on purpose forgot his and then said he didn't want to bring it.
I got my info right here.
Are you using it right now? You helping me out? You want
really,
information back up?
I do have a few things queued up, though.
Okay. Anyway, it's just the most brilliant movie because you get to go see Paris in the 20s. And there's this message because he meets this girl who was Picasso's girlfriend. More like Picasso's side bitch, really.
Okay,
you know? And he and her are going around, and then all of a sudden they find... I'm totally ruining this movie, you guys. The journey is the important part, not the ending of the film. Okay, the journey. It's the film is great, and so then they find a carriage, And then they go back in time another 100 years to like Paris in the 1920s or something. And she wanted to meet the artists of Paris back then. And then Owen Wilson is like, do a good Owen Wilson impression. I need to get cued into his like.
The thing about Owen Wilson is that he just sort of stumbles around what he's saying. You know, he tries to get to the point of what he's saying, but he can't because he has to describe how good it is. He likes it. It's good. It's great. I like it. I'm seeing
a theme here. I wanted to go see the people back 100 years from me, and you want to see the people 100 years from you. He's like, I'm seeing the theme. I'm seeing the theme, and that is the theme of the film.
And then you just repeat that like a couple more times, just a different way, and you make sure your voice gets a little lower each time.
You know. And so, yeah, like that was the point of the film, that you're never happy where you are.
Yeah.
You're just happy. You always think you're going to be happy where you wish you could be, but you won't be happy there. There'll be people that are unhappy there too with where they are. And it was a beautiful film. The lighting. It also has Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Nope. Who's the guy that played Loki?
That played Loki. You know, I don't know his name. Is it Tom Hiddleston?
Why not? I'll go with it.
I'm really, I'm usually not 100% on these, but that name just seems like it's associated with Loki at this point. Tom Hiddleston.
We'll see if that's
probably
correct.
Saying it wrong, but yeah.
Midnight in Paris. So, okay, if that movie's called Midnight in Paris, what's Paris Hilton's sex tape called?
Isn't it like fucking just Paris Hilton? I don't know.
I'm looking it up.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I know this may not be the most intellectual podcast you've ever done, but I'm looking it up.
Intellectual podcast. I don't think we're going to be able to top your whole planetary study.
Paris Hilton sex tape.
I mean, how do we follow up all that shit about the planets?
Okay, so his is Midnight in Paris.
Midnight in Paris.
And Paris Hilton's is called One Night in Paris.
One Night in Paris. You get that?
Because
you're in Paris. Yeah.
Hilton.
Yeah.
Just clearing that up. Mm-hmm. But anyway, let's see who's in this.
She has not aged well.
She's not famous anymore.
She looks like a breadstick that was like burnt.
Okay, so Owen Wilson is in it. Rachel McAdams. Okay, there's just a ton of famous people here.
All right, so Midnight in Paris.
Here, see if you recognize any of these people, Corey.
Oh boy, here we go. We have Mimi Kennedy. I love Mimi's movies. Michael Sheen. The name sounds familiar, but I don't know who any of these people. Have you guys seen the new Maurice Sonnenberg movie?
Yeah,
no,
it's my fave.
I'm gonna be honest. This is the type of movie I would probably never ever see. But
I promise
Christian,
it's good.
Your movie boundaries go beyond mine.
Yeah, but what have I really recommended crazy movies that you don't like once you sit down?
That first one was that one French movie,
which was good though.
Which was really good,
and no one will ever watch it.
And of course, Ex Machina, which just came out recently,
which was great. Yeah. That French film. Oh man, that French film was so good. It's called Jean de Florette. It's a famous French soap opera, I guess, if you really want to look at it. But it's just a well-made movie, and they didn't have TV shows, I guess. A lot of TV shows. One of the few
times I willingly sat down and watched like a whole foreign movie.
It was 3 hours.
Yeah.
But it's totally worth it.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to be any Jurassic World.
Oh, God.
Or Ant-Man.
Oh, God.
But we're just going to have to wait and see.
We'll just have to hope and pray.
Speaking of Marvel movies, something that we've been talking about over the course of the last couple weeks is how social media and stuff is just constantly giving away like all of these scenes and pictures from all these film sets and everything. And, they're currently filming Captain America Civil War.
I know people working on that.
And they just showed off, like, this fight between Captain America and one of the big villains of the movie.
There's a villain in that?
Yeah, dude. There's going to be a couple villains, I imagine. But it's this one guy by the name of Crossbones, who's actually a character who has appeared in some of the other movies, but he hasn't been in costume until this one. And if you remember from Captain America Civil War, he's that one Hydra agent who's just a badass hand-to-hand fighter. And he's actually in full costume in the movie. Yeah,
Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
And he's got this awesome costume, like it's all covered in armor. He has this like skull mask. That's kind of like his whole thing. He usually wears like a skull mask and has crossbones across his chest. And he's kind of like the Marvel version of Bane, only in appearance, not actually in powers. And he does predate Bane by a couple of years, so he actually originated first. But there's a lot of footage of Captain America, yeah, there you go, fighting against Crossbones and just doing a lot of stunt work and people just like running through what looks like possibly another African city. It looks like they're going to be going back to Africa again, possibly due to all the damage they caused at the end of Age of Ultron. Yeah, exactly. Because everybody fucking plays drums in Africa.
I just always remember every time I think of Africa, it's this video of this guy is like, "Show me your Africa face," and he's like,
"Oh my God!"
Sorry, Corey. Someone's laughing. Your silence is not reiterated by our fans. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm really glad that I got to see like what Crossbones is going to look like. But I didn't like the fact that there's all that footage all over the place of him and Cap fighting, because I feel like I've already seen like half the movie at this point, and it's not even out yet. So for the sake of not being spoiled anymore, I'm going to try to avoid that stuff as much as I can. Mostly the Twitter stuff. I'll still look at like trailers and stuff, but like TV spots and all that stuff, it's too much, you know.
Well, TV spots are big spoilers nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know they are. They're huge. They're ridiculous. Like every day I get like a video sent to me. Hey, there's a new Jurassic World footage. No, I don't want to look at it yet. I really want to go to that movie and really experience it like super fresh. Same thing for Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, I saw some stuff that I was like, why are you showing me all this?
Yeah.
Like I don't really care about spoilers, so I'm not really a person that cares. But like, they gave away a lot of cool stuff, and I was like, damn. I'm like, stop it. Like the training sequences with him and the Raptors, and like, I'm like, we knew this already. Why are you showing me more? I already knew this was going to happen. You know, save some of it. Yeah. So I can talk to my friend, and he's not allowed to tell me anything that happens on that film. He signed an NDA.
Of course they can't.
But it doesn't matter because paparazzi.
They'll get the crap suit out of it if they hear us talking about something like that.
Well, no, we won't actually ask him anything. But I'm just saying, like, it's sad that like paparazzi just get on there and just take pictures of everything like that.
Like all the Suicide Squad stuff that's come out over the last week. Like, there's a lot of footage of them. I think they're filming in Toronto. There's a scene of Jared Leto as the Joker, which he is going to have the tattoos
on the face.
On the face, it's been confirmed. But there's like scenes of him like bit slapping Harley Quinn and stuff. And there's also been a few more pictures of Killer Croc, which the more I see him, the more I kind of warm up to it, because who knows what it's actually going to look like in the actual movie. But I saw like a full like costume shot of it like up close, and it does look pretty good. Not exactly what I wanted, but I am warming up to it more as it goes on.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's not that I'm not impressed with Suicide Squad. I just could care less. I just want to see it.
Maybe it's something that's just going to have to grow on us first. But first, we have a few viewer questions.
Whoa!
From some people.
Let me hear it.
One of which is by far one of our most loyal fans of all time, Blue Sakuga.
Oh.
Who's helped us out on a number of different projects. He, of course, also makes Sakuga videos and all that stuff. But he has a few questions for us. One of the first ones. Are you guys getting the DVD/Blu-ray release of JoJo this summer? And I'm going to say this right now. Hell freaking yes. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has like blown my mind about how creative and fun it is. And this goes in line to another question that you're asking, which is, of the spring shows that you're watching this season, what's your favorite? Mine's, believe it or not, a returning show, which is JoJo. Even with all the other new shows that have started, even with the amazingness that is Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works.
You showed me a clip of that the other day?
Of Unlimited Blade Works?
Or was that Blood Blockade?
That was Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Oh, wow.
Which is even just as insane in many ways. But I've just experienced this series from the beginning, and it's really ramping up, and the last couple of episodes have just been amazing. And when they just announced that they were going to release that series on DVD, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to pick that up. So I'm going to pick that up. I'll do an unboxing for you guys, because there's a lot of really cool anime that's coming out this summer, some of which is never even been released in America before. There's a Gundam anime that I've never owned, which is finally being released. Thanks to the good people at Right Stuff. It's called Turna Gundam. I've never seen it. It's a Gundam from like the early 2000s, so I'm really, really pumped for that. There's a few new Naruto sets, a few new One Piece sets, and this weekend we're going to Momocon, which is an anime convention, and we're going to be going to the Funimation panel, and they might even be announcing some new things. And speaking of which, if you're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia this weekend, we are going to be at Momocon. It's going to be at the Georgia World Congress Center.
Yep.
It's a huge anime convention, cosplay, panels, video rooms, video game competitions, parades, everything.
Corey and I are going to be wandering around there.
Yeah, so if you want to stop, say hello to us, you can. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, because last year's Momocon was crazy.
Conventions are so much fun. I don't even know how to describe them. I feel like a lot more people are going to them nowadays than they used to. But like, conventions are like this nerd welcome zone where you just go and do whatever you want, and everyone's cool. Everyone smells bad. Yeah. Everyone's cool.
Not everyone, but I'd say like 75% of these dudes do not even know what deodorant is.
Please.
Just
try, guys.
Please, just speed stick it up, man.
I know maybe you don't want to drive home. You're like, I'll just fucking crash in some random dude's hotel room and then, just wake up and do it again. But don't do that. Like, take a shower. Take some time out of your day. Bring an extra shirt because maybe you, like, rage hard all throughout the days, but then you want to go to some...
Dude, my conventions, I bring, like, 5 shirts a day.
It's just you plow through those because you never stop moving. You just keep moving. Highlight of last year, we got to meet Doug Walker at the autograph session, the Nostalgia Critic, if you don't know who that is. And he helped us out with our video. By help us out, we begged him, hey, will you make this video clip real quick for us? And then
we didn't beg him, though. He was really nice.
He was all about it.
He was really, all for it. And we're going to try to meet him again this year. And we're going to try to hopefully get him in a cameo in one of our other videos that we're working on that is the next Naruto movie review. And
we already have a few people involved.
Yeah, we have a few people in the YouTube anime community who are actually involved in this project. They have like a little cameo in the review, and it's something that I've been working on because I want to work more with people within the community and do more collaborative projects. Because we can really build this community into something really awesome.
Well, before we get on to that, I just also want to say, what else do you like about conventions before we get away from that? Because
the dealer's room, without a doubt, is like the thing that I think most people look forward to the most because it's just so overwhelmingly awesome.
I have a love-hate relationship with the dealer's room because there's certain things that are always there.
Yeah. Always.
Which I'm just not interested in.
Yeah.
So I pass right by them. But then once in a while you run into some really cool shit there. Yeah. And I don't buy DVDs like you do. So you like the DVDs. You like some of those other things.
I rarely even buy DVDs at anime conventions anymore. Years ago, it was the thing to do because you could get them early and, it just buying online wasn't as prevalent. Now it's just much easier to Amazon. But I think, there's so much to see. Like, I'm really more interested now in just all the T-shirt booths more than anything.
The T-shirt
That's
booths.
One of my favorite things
They're very
about
creative.
Conventions. Like, my goal this weekend, too, is to get, 3 to 4 shirts. Just because they're always so creative and they're always things. A lot of them you can only find at conventions, too. Like, there's some people there who have, their own online store, but then there's some people, no, we just go to conventions and sell our stuff.
That's it.
And just, they're all awesome and amazing. I really want to get a Gengar shirt, Pokemon.
Gengar.
Like there's this one that has all of its evolutions. Like it has Mega Evolution, and it's that's just the silhouette. Like you don't actually see it. Like Mega, Gengar, Hauntor, Ghastly. And it's got a purple fade, and it looks really awesome. I don't have any Pokemon shirts except for Slowbro.
We also do
which I did get in an anime convention.
Yes, you did. A lot of people ask. One of the other things, a lot of people ask you where you get your shirts. And you have a big shirt collection that's definitely nerdy in nature. And helps complement our videos.
My goal recently has been try to get 2 shirts a month. Just because I need to, I like to swap things out as much as possible.
Absolutely.
And that's why I also look forward to these conventions, trying to find the next big shirt.
The one of my favorites is that Gundam shirt I got you, and a few of the other things, But we also use it as kind of a business opportunity. We always pitch our channel and tell people hey, send us free shirts and we'll shout you out and stuff, And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's always fun to talk business with people that benefit from our community, because we have this nerdy niche thing, and they sell to nerdy niche people. And also, I got some cool art. Every time I'm going to go get one. I want to show one. Show one off. Real quick.
Yeah, it is actually really awesome. And without a doubt, the minute we saw it, we were like, oh, we got to put that in a frame. And it does. It looks amazing. There's so much to see at these anime conventions. It's just nuts. And like I said, the dealer's room is definitely my favorite. Not just for the t-shirts, but just for all of just the merchandise. It's everywhere. You can choose from just about everything. Yeah, exactly. Yogurt needs to set up shop at frickin' Momocon this weekend. Okay. Yogurt.
Look at this one. I got this one.
The Voyage of the Basilisk. Yes.
That's framed. I'm going to hang it up soon. And then I got this one. This one was actually a birthday present. I haven't shown you this one yet, Corey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. World exclusive, bitches.
Okay. So this is brand spanking new. Oh my god. That is awesome, dude. Freaking Tyrion Lannister.
Got the dinklage.
Oh my god.
I think I'm going to put him in the bathroom so
put him so he can watch you wee every time.
He can watch you wee with his piercing blue eyes. Will you get rid of your dingleberries while looking at
dingleberries? While looking at dinklage.
Okay, I hope that was as fun as it was.
I don't think there's any way we're gonna top the dinklage in the frame. That's pretty amazing. Where did that come from exactly?
My girlfriend snuck it away from me because I bought that at a convention, and she snuck it away from me when I wasn't looking and got it framed.
That's so awesome.
I'm gonna go close that door though.
Yeah. No, that's really awesome, and it's very piercing. Like I said, that in a bathroom would be really funny. It definitely scared the piss out of some people.
Yeah, it's really a coaching method to help them get their most out of the bathroom experience.
I don't know where to go from there.
There, Corey, look at that.
Okay. Okay, so
I just like to show Corey things while we're podcasting.
It's just a dude like waving this hot dog in this woman's face, and she looks really uncomfortable about it.
Yeah, and
Clearly
the title is when I got my first unsolicited dick pic, and it's just her getting a hot dog rubbed in her face.
Oh my god.
I love the internet.
Yeah.
What else you got, Corey?
Let's see here. We have a few things. Again, from Blue Sakuga, of course.
Dude, that guy never stops. I mean that as a compliment.
But this is good, though, because recently the Naruto Shippuden anime, the filler just finished, which means we're finally about to get some new episodes, and he wanted to hear from us what we're hoping to see from the end. Of course, we have a lot of big battles, and I don't think we're going to be able to really talk about all of this. But, I mean, we got Guy versus Madara, Naruto and Sasuke versus Madara, Kaguya versus Team 7, and Naruto versus Sasuke, all over the span of the next year, and I'm just really hoping they can do it justice and there's no more freaking filler. That's all I really have to say. Just good production, good animation, don't waste time. If you're going to do a filler, make it something that works. Simple as that.
You think they're going to make a filler?
I totally think they're going to make a filler. Just because of the track record of Naruto. I've seen it happen so many times, you know.
You don't think it's just going to be,
like,
straight through?
Straight through? No, there's no way. Probably because they also have to build up this brand new Boruto movie that's coming out in the fall, which we still know next to nothing about. But to answer your question, Blue, yeah, I'm excited. I'm beyond excited. This is what I've been waiting for the entire time. I hope they put a lot of production into it, and I know that the first couple episodes probably aren't going to be that amazing because that crew is working on the new movie. So, yeah. That's
true, and it's definitely seen in the recent filler arc. It's painfully true in the recent filler arc. God, your review of the fucking last episode was so funny, Corey. I watched that. Here's the thing, because I get so entertained by Corey's reviews sometimes, like just probably as much as you guys do as fans, because they're funny sometimes. Because you got to make the fucking best out of whatever you get. Mm-hmm. Just because the episode sucks doesn't mean you can make a shitty review.
Not everybody reviews the filler, apparently. Like, that was like one of the comments people were leaving. They're like, I don't even know why you look at this stuff, dude. You're like the only one who reviews every single episode. And just, I don't know, I'm a glutton for punishment, and I'm a big Naruto fan, and I was really hoping there would just be a little bit more to it, but no, and I had to speak the truth. That was a crappy final episode.
Yes, it was.
You don't put freaking Hidan and Kakuzu in there and don't let them do anything. It's just a big...
Or even show the Jinchuriki getting captured.
I know. God, the whole arc was just a waste of time.
They didn't even address it.
I didn't do it. No. One thing that I really wish I missed it too, because it was at the very beginning of May, was Free Comic Book Day. I didn't have a chance to go to the comic book store because I still haven't looked at the whole Marvel crossover with Attack on Titan, and I'm really hoping I'm going to be able to pick that up. But someone else left a question, which I think is really cool, and something that I think would be really fun to do in the future. Kevin Cube says, I think Marvel and Naruto should have a crossover. And that just got me thinking about like all of the potential battles that could happen between those characters, and that's something like I might want to get into later in the summer. Is making like a whole like Marvel versus the Naruto universe, because I really think Marvel characters could go toe to toe with Naruto characters. You could do the whole Dragon Ball versus the Marvel universe, but those guys are just so freaking powerful.
They're too strong.
Exactly. I mean, you could argue the only other person who would have like a chance would be Thanos, and that's why I don't want to get into that realm. But I'd like to do like just some of the normal characters fighting against them, and I think that would be awesome. And considering that the Attack on Titan Marvel crossover was pretty successful, I'd like to see more in the future, more collaborations, more changes in art style. Like I'd like to see Americans draw Naruto or the Japanese draw the Marvel characters.
Do you want to see a DC Marvel crossover?
I mean they've done it before.
Yeah, I know.
I'd like to see it again, sure.
But in a movie form, the cinematic universe.
I mean. Yes, of course I'd like to see that in a movie format. I don't think it's going to happen for a long time.
10 years,
because,
maybe.
I don't know. It's possible. I didn't think Star Wars Episode 7 was going to come out in my lifetime, and here it is. Like, all these trilogies and movies are coming out. But I mean, I feel, DC's still trying to get their legs right now. They're still trying to catch up to Marvel right now. I think it's going to be a while before they even get to that. And Marvel has plans through the end of 2020 and beyond. So, who knows what's going to happen.
I just don't know why they wouldn't do it.
I mean, they'd make so much money. I mean, don't you want to see Superman and Captain America hang out?
Yes.
Don't you want, I want to see more crazy crossovers though.
I remember reading about the DC Marvel crossover that they had one time in the comics.
Yeah, Amalgam is what they called it.
Yes, and at the end of it, Superman had Thor's hammer and Captain America's shield.
It's too much.
It's
It's too much power.
I know. Well, he was the ultimate being at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at this, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down and look at these and tell me what you think.
Okay, only 260 days until Star Wars Episode 7. Oh, it's Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at those other ones.
Oh my god, Jurassic World. Oh my god, there's so many movies, man. That's crazy. I'm really excited for Jurassic World, and that's one of those movies too. For me, I'm
17 days, or what does it say?
I'm seeing it with
Doctor Strange, 500 days, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I'm seeing it with 3 different groups of people. With that movie, my family wanted to go see it. I know that you guys wanted to go see it. I had another group of friends who said they wanted to go see it. So I'm kind of pumped up for Jurassic World. I hope it doesn't suck, considering how many times I'm going to end up having to watch this thing. But luckily, Ant-Man comes out, and I still want to see freaking Mad Max. Heard that series was the balls, man.
Found one guy that didn't like it so far, but everyone else has. I
mean, I'm an action junkie, and I've heard that movie's just a 2-hour. You look at the previews for the movie, people are like, yeah, it's basically that for 2 hours. And I'm like, I'm fucking
Was
down.
it a 2-hour car chase?
Yeah, I saw a preview where there's this dude, he was driving on this big, spiked bus, and he had a guitar that was shooting flames from it, like a flamethrower. I must see this movie. You have no idea how excited I am to see Mad Max. We're going to have to make time and go see that.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because it's just, it's so good.
It sounds good. I'm down with that. Here's a whole bunch of Avengers pancakes being made.
Avengers pancakes? God. Oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah,
I thought it was you were going to show me something that looked kind of crappy. No, someone worked their ass off on making that Hulk pancake.
It's good. It's a good whole pancake.
Yeah.
They got Captain America. They got
Captain Cakes.
Captain Cakes. Look at the Iron Man cake.
The Iron Man cake looks great.
I don't know if they taste good.
Yeah, they might. I don't know.
Maybe it
basically looks like they're taking the batter, mixing it with color, and then they draw it in as opposed to just pouring it. Which
they draw.
Jesus,
they
that's
draw
amazing.
It in. Yeah, these people.
They probably make so much money.
Imagine look at the Nick Fury. That one's pretty good. That looks almost picturesque.
Oh my God! You can eat Sam Jackson.
The shark ate me and you. Yeah.
It's awesome.
I know. That's pretty good. Okay, sorry. My randomness on the internet.
No, it's all good.
I fucking love Imgur. It's a black hole for my time. What were you talking about? Sorry, I derailed this bitch.
No, it's all good. I was mostly drawing a blank. Just all the crossovers with movies and everything. But I know you're mentioning Marvel versus DC. I want to see more outlandish stuff. I want to see...
What happened to Marvel and anime with big... people that eat people.
I was just talking about that, man.
Yeah, but what did it come out?
You mean the actual movie version of that?
No, there was a manga that was going to come out, wasn't there? Or did it come out already?
I was just talking about that. It's the Marvel versus Attack on Titan crossover.
Yeah, but did it come out?
Yeah, it's already out.
Well, why haven't we seen it or reviewed it?
Because I was just telling you this.
I wasn't listening.
I know you weren't. It was Comic Book Day, and I didn't have a chance to go to the comic book store. It came out on Free Comic Book Day. Which was
you didn't go?
I was
You have
working.
a nerd responsibility, Corey.
I know I did, but I was working and I had responsibilities. My mom was in town. My brother was there. We were having dinner.
It all sounds like bullshit to me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I am going to be making a pilgrimage to my local comic book store tomorrow to see what they do have. Not only to check on the whole Attack on Titan, but to, of course, pick up my monthly Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's true. I can't fucking believe you didn't get it yet, though, Corey.
Sorry.
I'm very fucking disappointed in you.
But that is one of the highlights of my week. I love fucking going to the comic book store, man. It gives me such a nice old school feeling. They let you read. They don't just tell you to get out. And they have really affordable books, and that's one of the other reasons I'm really looking forward to Momocon this weekend, because I'm going to be looking for a few books.
I bet that's a lot like me going to my local hobby shop, because I go to this place called Actually, I'm not going to say the name.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I go to this hobby shop, and it is so much fun to sit there and talk about drones with these guys because they have like all the remote control planes and stuff. They want to talk about all the receivers and the control services you can buy, and we just sit there and talk nerd all the time, like drone nerds. And
I'm not embarrassed to admit I've spent 2 hours at the comic book shop just talking.
Yeah, me and those guys, we like
see Mark and Sandy at Titan Comics. They're awesome.
There we go. Mm-hmm. And I just like love hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
I just sit there and we just talk about props and motors and receivers and all this nerdy shit, and it's just so much fun.
I mean, if in this comic store that I go to too, it's been open for over 30 years. Like, it's been around for a long time. If they ever get to a point where they seem like they want to shut down, I'm like, I want to buy that. Like, I don't want that to go under. That's such an important part of like that neighborhood, and just I love it. And it's only like 5 minutes from my house too, which is even more amazing. And they have a lot of cool stuff there too, just like all the merchandise, and just it makes me feel like a kid again. I love it.
Okay, here's another thing I found.
Yeah?
It's called Adorable Predator vs. Prey.
Adorable Predator. Oh my god. It looks like a baby seal like murdering a penguin.
A baby penguin with big eyes. They both have big eyes.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like violent, but it is adorable at the same time.
Scroll down.
Yeah. Oh god, this is gonna get. Oh, there's more of them. Okay. Yep. Now the owl one's more fucked up. I don't know why it's more fucked up.
Owls already have big eyes.
The tiger one though, where it's like ripping into the neck of the zebra. I know we said we weren't going to do any awkward Imgur readings, but Christian, include these pictures.
Okay.
These are freaking hilarious.
I'll grab these.
Especially the fox eating the rabbit, who is totally smiling about like having its entire vertebrae ripped out. That's great.
Yes. We'll include these. I'll save that. Yes. Yeah, but you're right, dude. There's certain things, we talk a lot about buying things online and how awesome it is, or I like to think it's pretty cool. And it is cool. But man, like, there is something awesome about going somewhere and having dudes to hang out with in their environment.
Or if you're looking for something that's like hard to find and you find it.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh, yes, I made this journey and the journey is over.
Yes.
Just there's something about that that's really triumphant. And maybe that is because of the generation we grew up in, I don't know. I'm glad that I grew up in the we mentioned earlier, would you like to be born in the past or the future? I love where I was born because it was the perfect combination of the old and the new. I grew up before the internet and all that other bull crap, and then I grew up right after it to see the change in the world, and I really appreciate that. It does make me feel, there are a few moments, I'm not going to lie, and I hate myself for this because I told myself I'd never do it. Those, in my day kind of moments. Yes. You know what I mean?
In my day kind of moments.
Little by little, I keep having, in my day, we didn't have that, blah, 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 blah. And I hate saying that because it just makes me sound so old.
Well, we are old.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fucking turning 29 this month. Yeah. It's depressing. But it's actually not depressing because I don't really care. Because I'm happy with where I am.
It seems like once you reach a certain age in the mid-20s, you just don't care anymore about birthdays.
You're just I'm fucking over it.
Whatever. Birthdays literally almost become another day.
Yeah, if a 30-something...
It's oh, I get cake today. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if a 30... I'm working on my birthday. And I scheduled
Yeah, you are. You're totally working on your birthday, hardcore.
I'm doing an 8-hour day.
This whole weekend, you're non-stopping.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it. I'd rather...
Take some time for yourself if you can.
No. Well, I'm going to go get dinner with my family.
Yeah,
but that's it. But... Yeah. Literally.
Eat a good meal.
That's it. That's all I'm doing. But if a 30-year-old man came up to me, or a 30-something-year-old dude came up to me, and let's just say I was at a bar, he's like, dude, it's my birthday. Woo! I'd be like, you're weird, man.
Yeah.
Aren't you over this? We're way past this, aren't we? What? It's not your Sweet 16 anymore, bitch. No one owes you anything on your birthday anymore.
Yeah, if you want to hear a really funny bit from a comedian about how you should spend your birthdays, look up Patton Oswalt from one of his CDs. I think it's called Werewolves and Lollipops, and he does this whole bit about how after the age of 21, you should only have one birthday for the rest of your life every 10 years. And it's really freaking funny, and it makes sense. And it totally goes along with what we're saying.
That makes sense, yeah. One fucking...
Because, after 21, it's hard to go up from there. Because, your 21st birthday is usually pretty nutty.
Yeah, what do you really need to be doing on your birthday when you're older? You don't need to be doing...
all I really, I'd like a little cake. That's really it. I don't even, my mom, she calls me. She's like, hey, your birthday's coming up in a week. What do you want for your birthday? Yeah. I finally got to do my mom's ridiculous southern accent. I'm like, Mom, I don't know, just send me a cake or something. That's really all I want is just a cake. I don't want anything else. And I'm content with that.
Well, it's true. I mean, like, what the fuck do y'all see?
My mouth is salivating right now thinking of birthday cake. Like, right now. I haven't actually, like, eaten today, to be honest, so.
Thinking about that 50-cent line.
Yeah, and honestly, that seems like a good segue to the end of today's episode, which I know is a very mellow, kind of all over the place, kind of ridiculous
I love
episode.
these ones. I love these.
But yeah, but like I said, we have some big plans for the future. We're getting close to the 20th episode. We're working on actually getting some guests on the show, some people who've been in the YouTube anime community, so we can talk to them and talk about all the other cool stuff. Get them involved. We haven't been working very hard on getting these in a downloadable form in terms of audio, but we do promise we will get to that eventually. We're still sort of like transitioning and making this work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it. I got a plan. I'm gonna tell you about it literally right now on the podcast. We are going to get a SoundCloud account, and SoundCloud now lets you link your stuff to iTunes. So it's that simple. Because we were trying to go through. We were trying to go through Libsyn, which is a podcast service, but their model is based on how big the podcasts are, is how much you pay. And we do hour-long podcasts, and we do them 4 times a month. And that is about, like, on average, just to tell you guys just a little bit of tech stuff, this is about 30 gigs of shit. Every one of these raw episodes is 30 gigs of shit. And then when you cut it down into an episode, it's about 2.5 to 3 gigs of shit. And uploading to Libsyn with 3 gigs 4 times a month literally would almost cost us $400. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, man, I'm not going to pay $400 to put this podcast on iTunes. Maybe I'm exaggerating those numbers, but it was definitely over $100. Yeah. And we could not afford to do that every month. Like, I'm not going to put a $100 bill.
And we don't want to, like, put you guys in a situation where you have to, like, we want to make it free.
Yeah, free's the point, and donate when you want, and the PayPal link's down below. And anyway, the point is that SoundCloud does unlimited uploads for $15 a month. Yeah. We're going with them. Libsyn's supposedly better, but fuck you and your model. I can't pay that much, Sorry, Libsyn. But yeah, we're going to make a SoundCloud. Everyone's talked about us putting SoundCloud up anyway. They were like, I like listening to podcasts on SoundCloud or music, and the player embeds awesome all over the internet. So we're excited about doing that. And then the other thing is we really want to, I was listening to this podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, which I'm an avid fan of. This podcast is practically our version of the Joe Rogan Experience in a lot of ways. But he had this pro gamer on, and they were talking about Twitch. And the coolest thing is, I was thinking about, why don't we Twitch? Why not? And we have the technical know-how.
And we've gotten requests for, like, gaming videos for a very long time.
And I don't want to go through the hassle of recording us gaming and then editing it and I'd rather just live stream some Twitch.
Yeah, as opposed to just doing like a heavily edited Let's Play.
I don't want to. I don't have the time to do that.
Yeah.
I barely can be in these podcasts.
We'll give you guys the real video game experience via Twitch.
Yeah, and maybe we'll copy those Twitch videos and put them on our YouTube channel as well, but hopefully in the next month we'll have Twitch up and running for us. Yeah. And we have other rooms here in the studio which we're going to set up to be our Twitch rooms. And so yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of really fun games, mostly right now PS4 and Wii U related.
Yes.
So if you guys have any games that you actually want us to play or any
games
suggestions,
send us.
Yeah, that would be even better. Just tell us in the comment section below.
The other thing is we're also going to base all this through capture cards through computers. So if you want to send us like games on Steam, that you can gift games on Steam. If you gift us some games on Steam, we'll play them, because we can play them through the computer. So I'm working on buying a PC for all of our capture card needs and things like that. And I'm going to train Corey on how to use everything. So even if I'm not here, he can do it. And we're going to figure it out together, guys.
Yeah, and it's going to be fun. Exciting. I mean, and it's going to be everything too. Single player games, multiplayer games, every type of genre we'd like to cover. And there's a lot of big games coming out this year, and there's a lot of them that I think would be really fun to cover.
Yes, and I just want us. We need to be doing more than just YouTube, so I'm excited about doing Twitch, and I hope you guys follow us. We're very lucky. Also, I have some people in the film community that want to come on and promote some work they've been doing, so they're probably going to be guests on our show. And then we also have Paul Jenkins, who we really want to bring on, who is the writer of the Inhumans, or one of the main writers of one of the main arcs from the Inhumans, who is a huge... Like, they're going to make Inhumans into a movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be huge. In 3 years from now, they're going to it's going to be amazing that we had one of the writers of the original Inhumans in here.
And, and Paul's been in the industry for a long time, too. He's
Yeah.
worked on a lot of classic titles like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and even the origin of one of the most famous X-Men, if not the most famous of all time, Wolverine.
Oh, I was going to say Storm. No, I'm kidding. Wolverine's way cooler. Wolverine's way cooler. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, he wrote fucking Wolverine's origin story. He's like a nerd god. Why isn't he as famous as Stan Lee? I don't know. But the point is, he wants to come on and be on here, so we're working on figuring out schedules. He's very busy right now. He is currently writing the current version of Spawn's story. Holy shit. And that guy's my friend. Can you believe that? I get weird around him. Or I don't, but I should. And
it's the beginning of exciting things for the summer season of the Powerful Nerdcast.
Yes, you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I think we're going to wind this bitch down. We really appreciate everything. Give us more viewer questions. Tell us things to look at on the internet. We're always down with that. I'm going to make sure to put those pictures in. Yeah, anything else you want to say, Corey?
That's pretty much it. Just thank you guys again for watching us. Make sure to like the video, share it with all your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Helps us out a lot.
Yes, okay, guys. And until next time, stay dandy, baby.